Lately, I just feel like I can't keep up, honestly. Like, I've been crushing caffeine, whether it's an energy drink type or like G Fuel or a bunch of coffee. Saw those K cups. I just, I'm so frustrated. What's up? My name's Drew Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I've also been building the VoskCoin mining farm. We do a lot of stuff, and I feel like I live my life 100 miles an hour at a time. I was even on track with the VoskCoin Bitcoin Super this weekend, and it's just, everything just feels so compounded lately. I have big project, stressful thing, another thing blows up in my face, drama over here, personal thing over there. And I just feel like I can never do enough. It's so difficult keeping up with cryptocurrency because it's moving at such a crazy, rapid pace these days. And that's kind of like from a personal investor trader point of view. Then it's like we've got to be cutting edge with content. And then I'm like, I have all these projects with the mining farm, or I need to be buying miners and deploying miners, or I have to fix something, or I need to add something, or I'm at limit in capacity. And then we've embarked on an even bigger mining journey. Even with the car, spent a winter building it, issues, problems, and then finally hit the track with it this weekend. We're pissing fuel and we get that fixed. Tons of stuff went into all that. It was stressful, and then I had position 1 on the podium in my hands, and I just let it slip. You know, I couldn't string the lap together. I was running the time to win, blow a couple corners, bam, straight to 3rd place. Happy to be on the podium, true. Grid life is very competitive. It's a fun and very challenging thing, but I just really wanted to win, man. I didn't get it. It just kind of feels that way with everything lately. I feel really beaten down in a way, and it's like our metrics on the YouTube channel are up. I've had a couple standout videos recently, like the 99 Bitcoin miner video has gone crazy, over 100,000 views in the last week. And the mining farm is making progress. It's more profitable than it's ever been, but it's also bigger than it's ever been. It's requiring more input. There's been a lot more money invested into it. And then recently working through taxes, and it's so convoluted. It's so difficult because the tax code's written by people that don't understand this. And how does that make any sense? They should literally just say, hey, Coinbase, write the freaking code for us. But they don't, because that would be too efficient. That would make too much sense. And that's kind of irregardless of the whole taxation thing, right? So when I do any of this, whether it's the business with YouTube, right? Investing in the content creation, pouring my life into this, or the mining farm, investing a lot of time and money again. If I do well, they take a huge piece of my pie. They take a huge piece of my winnings. But if I don't do well, oh, kind of too bad, so sad. And it's just crazy to me that you bear all the risk and they only eat when you win, or you could even end up in weird positions where you owe money, yet you are down because of how volatile this is. You owe money on your taxes. And they print as much money as they want to, yet they need to tax me. If you're self-employed, it is much more complicated. But why don't they just tell you what you owe if you have a W-2, like it's some sort of mystery? The tax code is so complicated, you probably have to pay a professional to complete it. How the is that fair? The government has kept us in war after war after war, yet never declaring war, the irony, because it's profitable. Because if you're the world's savior and also the world bully, you can pretty much do whatever you want. The US dollar was basically global currency, but they keep losing and losing and losing more ground because other countries are aware of this. They're wising up, and they're also rising up. And I think the US is terrified. Some days I honestly wake up and I just kind of wonder, like, fucking why? Right? Like, why? Like, why do anything? It's, you work so hard, you hope you make it, they take a huge piece of the pie, and you finally get a couple things, and then your taxes skyrocket from personal property tax, to your income tax or whatever else. And the more stuff you have, the more problems you have. And I'm just so freaking worried that I'm gonna spend my whole life focused on tomorrow. Oh, it's the next step, I'll be happy. When I get to the next phase, I'll be happy. When I get this thing, I'll be happy. When I get to this place, I'll be happy. When I have this much coin, I'll be happy. When I have this car, I'll be happy. And I've added more things to my life, and they have not added happiness. So riddle me f***ing that. It's crazy how your perspective changes. Like when you're young, you got time, you think you got your whole life ahead of you. Everybody's still in your life. You lose a couple people. Maybe you only have a couple people that ever really matter to you. You lose a couple of them, right? And then you really start to reframe your perspective. You think you need XYZ, and then you get XYZ, and then you're not any happier. Then some other people let you down time and time again, and you're just starting to think, maybe I just want to be alone. Maybe I just want peace. I thought I wanted all these things. I just want peace. I want tranquility. I want solitude. And, maybe a couple friends and family around me that I truly love and care about. It's crazy when you really sit there and think that you basically pissed your whole life away. You piss all of your vitality away, right? Just to work, to do these things, right? You're born into the world's Ponzi scheme. You're not born and you have anything. You're not born into a house. You're not born into land. I guess some people are, right? But essentially you start with nothing other than what your RNG birth gives you. And then you have to figure out what you want, where you want to go, and what you're willing to sacrifice to get there. And just everything just seems built so backwards. You spend your best years grinding. I work, generally speaking, like all day, every day, it feels like. And I compound burnout over burnout over burnout. So I start working more or working the same high amount, yet I'm completing less and less and less and less, leaving you just feeling like you're stuck in this terrible trap cycle. What do you do? How do you break it? What happens when you set a standard for yourself or your business or your expectations or whatever, right, based on a 14-hour workday, a 12-hour workday? How do you get down to an 8-hour workday from that? Because that's leaving you with a 33% deficit, right? If you go from 12 to 8, that's a 33% reduction. And if you go from 8 to 12, you're working 50% longer. I know, percentages are weird. I feel like I'm on my soapbox or some shit today, but I'm just frustrated. And I don't know, I'm venting. Probably be some motherfucker that says must be nice in the comments. Like I just got lucky. Or like my problems, aren't significant. It is such a weird pressure and constant drain. Just like every day I'm just kind of rubbed at least once against a cheese grater. Being public facing. I'm so thankful that we have over 600,000 subscribers on VoskCoin. That's still crazy to me. But it also brings this huge pressure of trying to put out a video about daily, right? And now we're also trying to put out like a full video daily and then a full short daily. You're just constantly judged. And it makes you feel like you're never good enough. And even if you get a couple comments that are nice or they, are supportive, you get 4 and then you get 1 that's mean. And it just eats away at you. And I'm just so worried about becoming like just so bitter. You just start to like want to burn the world down. And there's so many good things and there's so many good people out there. But all it takes is a couple bad ones. And I'm just feeling like a Targaryen. I'm like, let's burn it all. Burn it all. I really try hard every day. I guess that's all I can do. I try to end every day like, well, did you work hard? Yeah. Well then that's good. Good job. Some days are stellar performance. You enter the zone. Some days are not. Those are the most frustrating days. To feel like you can barely come up for air and then you don't get stuff done that day, it's kind of just a crippling feeling. I don't want to let anybody down. And I want to continue to, push VoskCoin forward for whatever it is. On the content side, I want it to be entertaining. I want it to be educational. I want it to be inspiring, because I know what it feels like when you feel like you got nobody in your corner. You got no support. You just want to quit. You just want to give up, or you don't want to try. And I don't want anybody to feel like that. Not if all you need is just that push, right? But I also hold myself to a high standard. I don't want to let myself down. I want to look back and be proud of what I did. I want to look back and just say, that was worth it. I'm happy I did that. But many days I'm just left sitting here wondering, like, is my life just fading away and I just am stuck in the hamster wheel? I know I talk a lot about Tails on the channel, and you know, my dad is in my life and he's incredible, and so is Alexa. She's my fiance, Miss Vosk. But I talk about Tails very often because I just get so sad when I think about Tails, because you know, you look at humans and they'll probably live long. You assume they're going to live long, which that can be a scary trap, because tomorrow is never promised. But what I do know is that it's impossible for Tails to be here in 20 years. She's probably fading away, if I'm lucky, in 10 years. And that just that makes me so sad. I get so wrapped up in that stuff, because it's like, you know, it's like you got to appreciate today. Be thankful for the time you do have. Whatever, you know, it's like, I feel like I worked all day yesterday, right? For fucking what? Like the things I care about most and love most are fading away right in front of my eyes. And what did I do? I stared at a computer all day, and then I was all stressed out and I just slumped into the couch. And like, am I proud of like being a dog dad that day? Am I proud of whatever? And I mean, I really value her. I think of her as my daughter. I hope that we can have human kids soon, but Tails is irreplaceable to me. And she's not just a dog. She's not just a pet to me. I feel bad for people that have never had a relationship like that. It really is something, if you have, especially an intelligent, loving dog, you kind of get in what you put out. But anyway, my point is just, I feel like I'm just wasting time. Maybe I'll make some, you know, good money along the way, and I won't have anybody there with me at the end, and you'll just want to buy it back, and you can't. There's a lot of things in life I feel like I can influence, I can impact, I can change, but I can't extend a life. Not very long, not really. If I or someone else lose their health, may not be coming back. I don't know. I just feel like I'm lost in the sauce of like, where do I go next? What do I do? What's worth it? Some people are so rooted in material things, and yeah, I have some material stuff, but it's like, it's not bringing me a ton of happiness, and it just leaves me feeling like reflective and a bit like regretful. I don't know. I guess I just need to strive for more work-life balance, and I just need to continue to try to offload things that are adding a lot of stress for little returns, a huge time suck for a low return, and just kind of operate in a way that's not only like more sustainable for like a healthy life, but just something that gives me more quality of life. Are you happy? Seriously, like, are you happy? And then why? Or why not? I'm serious. I'd love to read how you feel and what contributes to that down in the comments section below. Maybe there's some good inspiration there from me or others, or maybe myself and the other subscribers could, you know, lend a hand or chime in and help inspire you a bit. I don't know. just kind of feeling like I've been waging like war for a long time. Well, hey, if nothing else, I appreciate you tuning in, watching this video. We post a lot of videos here. Some are fun, some are crazy, some are intense, some are upbeat, some are technical, some are reviews, some are happy, some are negative. I really appreciate if you take the time to subscribe and interact with the channel to keep VoskCoin going. You guys have no idea how much some of your comments along the way, especially in this journey, and your support on the tube, or in the VoskCoin Discord server, or on the forum, whatever, just have really made monumental impacts. And I just really have felt so antisocial recently. I'm like just in a perpetual state of like burnout. I don't talk as much. I don't engage as much. I don't communicate as much online to my family and friends, inside and outside of the crypto sphere. I swear I'm starting to feel like a recluse. But hey, I won't drone on and on and on and on. I'll see you later. Good luck. And if anything else, don't give up. If you give up, it's over. Keep pushing.